Hello there, Rod Walker here. Welcome to our next video in the series on how to retool your company or organization. Practical tips on how to identify your blind spots and identify the solutions to those blind spots to help unlock the potential in your company and yourself. Today our subject is process improvement. We want to talk about that. It's a vital subject. Next to people, probably the most important subject in a company on how it becomes more well run. It's been called the glue of an organization. And I think hopefully you can see that without good processes, a couple things can happen. Your company is inefficient. There's, I would call it general sluggishness to make decisions and just have things get done. It takes time for things to move through the organization. Does everybody know the playbook? What is the plan? What is the way that we do business? And then lastly, there's been a need to document processes more because of retirements. There's a significant amount of folks that are leaving the company in the last whatever number of years, then moving forward, and then at least the next 3 to 5 is going to be significant. So the fact that not having documented processes or potentially they're not well known except by the person that's leaving is a problem. So when's the last time you looked at your processes? Do you have an inventory of those? Do you know what they are? Have you mapped them out? Do you know what we call a dirt road, a process that is a manual process versus a paved road, which is an automated process where you use technology, still part of the process, but it's now goes from a dirt road to a paved road and you use it to finish out whatever the process is. Have you involved your team recently? Do you know what perhaps improvements need to be made in process? When's the last time you truly looked at improving your processes? These are one of the subjects that people put off because it takes work, it takes thought, it takes time to think about something different than just doing the tactical things in front of you. But I assure you that if you set your team down, you would probably hear of things that can change. We've all had stories about how we can do things better. We see the problems, and so much more importantly that you learn that and try to do something about it. Then lastly, have you made a plan to do any of this sort of change to processes, especially after a crisis like a COVID, where you know some of the things that really stuck out, the straining of working virtually, some of the business changes that may have made processes inadequate, they're out of date because of the need to work more virtually, for instance. So we'll leave you with a few tips. Number one, simply just to follow up on the questions. You need to map out your processes. You need to know what they are. Are they manual? Are they a dirt road? Are they a paved road? The technology is used to start with. Map them out. Then sit down with your team and then say, well, what can we change? What should we change? What do we know we need to change? I'm sure that you'll get some ideas. And then lastly, just develop your roadmap. Keep it simple. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Focus on certain processes at a time. Some are going to be more intertangled than the other, and you need to do a group at one time. But make a plan of what are the changes needed, when are we going to do, what step, and who owns each step. Keep it simple, but do something. Again, do you want a well-run company? Yes. You need to look at your processes. Thanks for joining us today.